What's up, man? Rap Sheet Hollywood, where hip hop meets Hollywood, man. I'm your host, the incomparable Poop Diesel, man. Yo, today I gotta start it off by giving props to my squad. What's up, man? What's up? The New York Knicks, man. We did it last night. Only winning the first round. We're not getting too pumped up, but in miraculous fashion, shout out to my man Jalen Brunson. I mean, if anybody is the clutch player of the year, this dude is a clutch player. I mean, handling business, doing what he had to do. The snatch back against Thompson on the defense. And Thompson, we know he's nice with the defense. The snatch back on him, stop on the drop of a dime. And of course, Thompson went ankles everywhere. Bow, bow, bow. Boom, bang. He hits him with the nice three-pointer for the win. You know, there's nothing else they could do. Beasley, who had been popping all that stuff, Detroit Pistons, what did he do? Fumbled the ball when he counted most. Shout out to the New York Knicks. We moving on, man. I'm like out here in LA. I'm one of the only few, Knicks fans out here representing to the fullest, but that's what we do, man. Shout out to all my left coast Knicks. That's out here, man. We getting it, man. But look, right now, I want to talk about Jim Jones responding to all the craziness that your boy Kanye, who always stays on one, man. Check this out right here.
You know what I'm saying? Like when Jim Jones didn't give me the PDF. It's like, nigga, I knew you was getting the $2 million for the meeting that I was taking, and I could have bailed on it. I went and took the meeting anyway, and you still ain't sent a PDF. So it showed you was looking at me like I had some. Like, niggas is really mad. You know what niggas be really mad is when you actually give them something. Because they don't want to actually receive something, they want to take it from you. But if you give it to them, it really make them feel bad. Like, and then the blessings are bestowed as I bestow grace on these.
Well, he got a little screws loose and shit. And obviously, from the things that he's been talking about, I do see that he needs attention. Like, he seems to want the most attention in the world. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If he's not the person that's talked about, then he's talking about everybody else so people can talk about him. You know what I mean? Like, he wants to be, from what I can see, is the most famous person in the universe at all times.
I feel like he's always said that.
On the wake up. You know what I mean? Like, I have to be the famous person.
Need to be the
it felt like he
wasn't on the Cardi album.
Yeah.
Right, so that
wilded out on Cardi. You heard? Like,
Cardi, he said pulled a gun on him.
I'm not in the news today. I'm a sucker.
All right, man. Shout out to Jim Jones, Angela Yee, Mano. You know, they have their podcast that they doing, and they went on the other night, man. Shout out to Angela Yee. If you haven't seen, there's a series right now that's out. I helped to produce it, so I'm very proud of it. Always gonna let you know on Tubi. It's called Killing Hip Hop. So if you haven't checked that out, man, check it out. Hosted by Angela Yee. That's the homie. But hey, so on the show, check this out. As you just saw, Jim responded to Kanye. Obviously, Kanye had been going on his rants. I talked about in my last video how he went on another rant, cover his face, saying how people don't respect him and that he couldn't send a PDF, talking about Jim Jones, that Jim Jones made $2 million off of him. Well, Jim finally responded. Jim don't respond to everything, but he did respond, on the podcast with Angela Yee and Mano. And what he did say is, like we all know, Kanye is off his rocker and he's doing anything to stay relevant in the media. So he's always trying to just do whatever he can do. So his song Cousins, he's talking about giving fellatio to his own cousin at a young age. Like, bro, crazy. Anything to stay in the public eye, So he talks about Jim Jones. We know Jim went out to Japan and was with him out there and they was hooking up. Everything was good. Then shortly after that, he goes on a rant, Kanye does, and he's talking bad about Jim Jones, only out for his money, and people don't respond to him, and people try to use him, and man, just a bunch of nonsense. But Jim actually broke it all down. He let the words be heard, because he was just like, yo, this dude is reaching. He never was like that before, and now all of a sudden he just kind of continues to want to stay in the in the limelight. So whether he's trying to best Kendrick, or whether one minute he's dissing Drake, then he's siding with Drake, he just does whatever he wants to do to try to stay in the limelight, man. Kanye, over it, man. Over it with you, bro. Just done with it. At the end of the day, man, y'all check out that whole podcast. It really was a dope interview. I love what my man Jim Jones had to say, man. Shout out to Jim Jones. If you haven't watched on the Art of Dialogue, too, he's got a dope interview on the Art of Dialogue, man. Shout out to my guy Mighty over there. You already know what it is, man. Poop Diesel, you heard. We out.